UFC 308, another card where the UFC delivered. Starting off with the Whittaker-Khamzat fight, Whittaker was the same calm, collected monster we all know and love. Khamzat, on the other hand, was different this time around. Man was looking like an ancient Greek philosopher with those glasses in the lead up to the fight. A true scholar.
Kill everybody!
Coming into the fight, I was sensing a patient Khamzat Chimaev. People were talking about how this will be his first true test, and if he can beat Whittaker, he'll be the real deal. What? What are you guys talking about? Khamzat has already proved he's the real deal. He's 13-0 and ran through everyone up until Burns. The Burns fight was supposed to be the big test, and he passed. Then Usman was supposed to be the next big test, and he passed that too. The hype has already been confirmed. Khamzat is a beast and a world-class fighter. The real story was if he was healthy coming into the fight. Injury has plagued the man ever since COVID. It almost took him out the game completely. Immediately into the fight, Khamzat shoots and successfully takes down Whittaker. The experienced Rob was defending well as Khamzat was drowning him from the back. Solid scrambles, but Khamzat was relentless up until he finally got the finish. What can I say? The guy is just a monster on the ground and has so much power in his submission it dislocated Robert's jaw. A 3-minute finish into the first round against a guy like Whittaker is insane. Can we all agree now that Khamzat is elite and the train is full steam ahead? Dricus versus Khamzat is gonna be fun, both in the lead up with the press conferences and the fight itself. Jumping into the main event, it was always gonna be a banger no matter how the fight went. Once again, I saw a bad narrative going into this fight. A lot of people were saying Max's chin was gonna get exposed and he's past his prime. I know that's exactly what happened, but still, it's the same thing people were going on about before the Gaethje fight, and look how that turned out. Everyone was saying Max is going up in weight against the hardest hitter and he's gonna get knocked out. Dude goes out and puts an absolute clinic, smoking Justin by the numbers and then knocking him out. I get it, Max has been in the game so long, fought all the big names, and has held the title for so long, it's easy to forget he's only 32 right now. That's most fighters' prime. Just don't count out the man so fast is all I'm saying. We all know Ilya's a heavy hitter and he has some underrated grappling. He's just been KOing so much, people forget how good his ground game is. Ilya has some of the most crisp boxing in the game, and in the fight, he showed it. First and foremost, shout out Max for coming out to the Akatsuki theme. My inner weeb almost exploded in excitement.
Oh my god!
Ilya came in and pointed in the middle like he said, so props for that. Ilya came to throw down. Max started as he should, playing the distance game. Ilya came in patient as normal and then got a big takedown. Max did well to get back to his feet and the boys started throwing heat. Ilya was throwing super heavy and Max was capitalizing, catching him way more. Ilya's face started showing the damage. Great first round overall. I liked Ilya kicking Max's leg as one of Max's biggest strengths is his movement. Second round carried over that electricity with both guys getting after it. Ilya had the power shots with Max having the output. Those oblique kicks by Holloway were awesome. I always want to see more fighters utilizing those. They're both a defensive and offensive move. The jab of kicking. Everything seemed to be even, well, up until Max Holloway's lights finally went out. I didn't think we'd see the day, but Ilya did what he said. He was the first person to KO Max. The best chin in all of MMA has finally been cracked. Ilya is poised to make a legendary run at featherweight. Like I said, he really hasn't even had to display his elite grappling. His stand-up and power is just that good. He's only 27 and undefeated. It may be early, but a GOAT run might be in his future. Overall, really happy with the main event and co-main, they both delivered. Jumping back a bit to the RDA and Neal fight, RDA's knee pop was sad to see, but he has had issues in the past with it. The guy is old now. The body just ain't what it used to be. The dude is 40, well past his prime and on a 3-fight losing streak. It's time to hang up the gloves. A legendary career and nothing to be ashamed about. Back to the fight, Neal already seemed to be ahead and it would have probably went his way with or without the injury. Neal looked fast, crisp, and stronger than RDA. Even in the clinch and grappling, where RDA had the experience and was supposed to have the advantage. Next up, we saw just who has the biggest, hardest, and baddest balls in the UFC. That was a ridiculous amount of peanut shots to the point where they just kept fighting without a ref break. Petrosyan clipped the Pirate early on in the first round, but Magomedov recovered quickly. It was a solid firefight on the feet with both guys landing with a barrage of kicks and punches. Very evenly matched up, literally. Both guys were 6'2" on the dot. But as the fight went on, Magomedov seemed to be getting more and more into his groove. He started getting his distance and flow and landing shots while evading what was coming at him. The Pirate had a slow start, or Petrosyan had a great start, however you want to put it. First round could have gone either way honestly, and I wouldn't complain. The Pirate has this awkward fight style where he kind of keeps his hands a little under chest height and out wide. That way, when he throws looping punches and combos, his opponent might not see them coming. He hops around as well, always on his toes, so a kick is always poised and ready to shoot. Petrosyan, on the other hand, has this standard fight style and was the one on the front foot. Well, he was on the front foot up until a double spinning back fist put his lights out. Magomedov missed the first back fist, and instead of resetting and getting some distance like how one would normally do when they miss, the dude goes ahead and says, well, if the first one doesn't hit, the second should. And it did. God damn, everyone jump on that pirate ship because we're on our way to the One Piece after that. What is he now, 15-0? Give him a big name in his next fight, and if he wins that, onto the title fight. And then heading into the Rakic Ankalaev fight, Rakic is one built dude. He looked massive tonight, and that's even against a big dude like Ankalaev. First round was a feeling out round where both guys were gauging distance and getting into a rhythm. Ankalaev was on the front foot the whole of the second round and controlled the octagon and pace of the fight. Same story for the third, with the guy cruising to a decision win. But I'm not sure if he can take out Pereira. It's the next fight to make, but I think Alex will take it. On the feet, it's Pereira all day, but we'll see if Ankalaev mixes in the wrestling. Alex hasn't been tested much on the ground, so that's the gray area that might be the path to victory. If Ankalaev can take down Pereira and keep him there round after round, then that's his route to winning. But that's a big ask. If Pereira lands, then it's lights out. We've seen that time and time again. Ankalaev is no slouch on the feet, but Pereira is just so damn good. Pereira and Ilya both have that power that most just don't have. It's a type of power where you're just born with it. It's not about how much muscle you have or how you strike. It has to do with genetics, something with bone density and mechanics. Whatever the hell it is, when those guys land, they land heavy. If that fight is booked next, we'll see what happens. Hell, with how often Alex swoops in to save the day and the fact that Ankalaev didn't take that much damage this fight, we might see that fight before the end of the year. Ankalaev is yet another mountain man with no mustache and a beard. These guys are slowly but surely infiltrating and taking over the UFC.
You're taking everything I work for, mother.
Soon enough, every champ will be a Dagestani looking dude. The bantamweight, featherweight, and lightweight champs will be Khabib's first, second, and third cousin in that order. But hey, if they're good, they're good. It is what it is.
No, it is what it is, man.